everybody. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Today, we're going to be doing these little boxes. I'm going to teach you how to make them. I make these all the time. I sell them at my art fairs that I do sometimes. They look like this. All different kinds. I do all different kinds. But this is kind of the one that we're going to work on today. I think it's super fun to do. So I'm going to teach you how start to finish, how to do little trees, the boxes, everything in it. So what you're going to need today is you're going to need some cardboard. Today I'm using a cake box that I had. So cardboard, you're going to need scissors, some paper. I'm using cardstock because it's a little thicker, it's a little better. Something to cover your table, markers. You're going to need some markers. I have a bunch right here. And a pencil here. Maybe a pen if you want to draw with a pen, decorate some things. And you'll need, the markers, you'll definitely need a dark brown or a black, and that's to put your wood grain on the box. Okay? And hot glue. You're going to need hot glue. Definitely need that today. You could potentially use tape to tape the box and make the box, but the things inside would be kind of hard. If you had super glue, that might work, but I've never worked with the super glue on it. Okay, so for those of you just joining, we're making this little box here. Kind of, I guess they call those dioramas. That's what we're going to do today. All right, so first things first, you need to take your box and you want to decide how big or how small you want it. I think for this tutorial, I'm not going to do a super big box. If I do a super big one, it takes forever to do it. So I'll do a small one. Okay. So cake box, soda box, regular cardboard box is what I prefer to use, just regular cardboard. But I'm using a cake box today because I saved it for something. I thought, well, might as well. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining. Hope everybody had a good weekend. One more time so you all see what I'm making. I'm doing these little cardboard boxes. This is the example for today. The house may vary a little bit, but it's going to look something similar to that. This is one that I did, what it can look like if you want to paint the backgrounds and, you know, add some really fancy stuff. That's a little paper fox. That was not easy. Anyway, that's what we're doing, but that's what they can look like. Okay, so cut your cardboards. You want to decide how big you want it. I always just kind of look and gauge, like how big. Good morning, Tracy. Gauge and see how big I want the box. You know, I just kind of eyeball it. Now, you know, the inside of this box that I'm using is going to have color on it. I didn't think about that. I'll have color on the inside. Oh, I don't know about that. Well, you know what? It's fine. I don't know if I like that. I don't like that idea. Maybe if I fold it. Hold on just a second. I'm going to get a different box. I'm back. I got a better box. I do not want to use the cake box because I just realized that it has coloring on one side and you don't want the color to be on the inside or the outside because you want to decorate it how you want to decorate it. So that kind of is pointless to do it that way. Alright, this is better. So I'm just going to rip this apart, make a bunch of noise for everybody. Yes. Ooh, this is a good box too. I love cardboard. It's one of my favorite things to work with. It's one of my favorite mediums. Because you can get it, it's like a plethora everywhere. I mean, it's everywhere. You have to worry about not having your supplies because you order things online or you can get it at grocery stores. Okay, this is better. I like this much better. Okay, now, you want to decide how big you want the cardboard box. So I said I wanted to do a smaller one, maybe about this size, you know, not too big. I'm going to split this right down the middle here. So just, if you have a big piece, just draw a line on where you want it, cut it. The best way is to just fold it and see if it'll be even. I like to cut with the grain when I do this. It makes it a lot easier than cutting across the grain. So with the grain is easier. If I had a box cutter, that would work better, but I don't want to cut my table up. Ooh, I got that just about right too. That's super even. Okay, and then once you have that, you have to do you have to do 3 big sides that are all the same size, and then you need to do 1, 2 for the bottoms. So you got to figure out how wide you want it, you know. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do, how tall? Maybe I'll do the same size. All right, so we'll do the same height. I'll do the same height. Same height as my example. This and this, okay, and those 2 are the same, so that was super easy. And then I need to measure again, so that I have the third the same, right? I'm all the same. Okay, now that you have all 3 of those the same, you're gonna do the bottom and the top of it. So figure out how you're gonna how big you're gonna want this, actually. So the way you're gonna decide that is you're gonna kind of hold it up, right? And then, okay, so my suggestion is to hot glue your sides together first, and then that will determine how big the top and the bottom is. That helps. Unless you want to get really technical with the ruler and all that, you can if you have lots of time to do that. Okay, so I'm going to hot glue my 3 pieces together. This, okay. All right, do the hot glue on them. And let's see here. I'm trying to get to my chat really quick. Bear with me a second. Okay. Okay. That. And then one more. And then you just want to glue those together. Once you have those glued together, then you're going to work on the bottom and the top. And that's, you can just measure it. So look, that looks about even. If it's not, you can always go back and fix it. Only thing that I always have problems with is getting the cardboard super easy to where there's not light shining through. Pardon me. So there's not light shining through the cardboard. All right. I don't know if you can hear it, but my dog is scratching at the back door. Okay. All right, now I have that. Now once you have those 3, grab your cardboard, another cardboard piece. Let's see, this would probably work better. The only thing that really bothers me about the cardboard project is that I always have my table so messy. Okay, so put this down there. Figure out about how big it's going to be. And then you want to trace that. So you're going to line there, line there, line there. Just so you get it even, so you know how you're going to be cutting that, okay? Okay, so this here. This is just for the box. We haven't even started with the other stuff yet. Here. Okay. Pardon me just a second, y'all. Sorry, my dog has to go potty. Okay, so then you're gonna hot glue these pieces on like so, okay? And then you're going to do the same to the top part, okay? Now it'd be easier just to not do that. You could probably just leave it like this and then hot glue it all, maybe hot glue the top at the end. So maybe we'll try it that way. That'll be easier to stick our things in, okay? So we won't do the last part yet. We won't do the top yet until the end. That'll make it a little easier. I'm always like sticking my hands in there. I'll put the top on first. I don't know why I never think to wait. Maybe I just get excited. All right, then hot glue that on. So it should be, oh, I'm so glad that I put that wax paper on my table because I just got it all over the wax paper. Sometimes this can be a mess. Okay, there we go. Okay, now this should dry up relatively soon, I hope. You want to make sure it's even because this is going to have to stand. You want it to be able to stand nice and flat, all right? Okay. There we go. Well, that's about good. Okay, so then that's what we got so far. Next step is the decorating of it to make it look like wood. And so you're going to need a marker for that, like a Sharpie, or you could use Super Tips if you want to use that. Where's my Sharpie at? I know I have a Sharpie. Here we go. I have a Sharpie right here. All right, so Sharpie. There we go. Okay, and then basically you're going to draw wood grain on the box. I like to try to connect it all the way around so it looks like, you know, like it's a solid piece of wood or something, which you could tell it's not wood, but kind of cute. So I just start making little lines, like little wood grain lines, right? I like to work with wood grains. And I still do on occasion. It's just that the art is so heavy and it's so chunky. I live in a smaller place, and so it's hard to put my big pieces of wood and art places. So this is what I've done so far. You're just making waves, right? Just make some waves. And then I'm going to connect these here, okay? Okay, and then you want to add something to the back of it, you can. And then I'm going to try to make that look like that's doing a thing, like it's going around. All right, so that's what I got. I got my wood grains drawn, and remember we'll have to do the top of the wood grain as well when we get to that part, okay? All right, so the next step is, if you wanted, you could do like little lines to make it look like wood grain as well. You know, it's up to you. Little lines, can you see that? Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. Here. Okay. Now I'm just going to stop doing that for now so we can move on to the next. Next step. Next step is deciding what you want to put in your box. So what I'm going to teach you all how to do, I'm going to set these aside now, okay? And for those of you just joining, we're making these little cardboard boxes. Okay, so what you're going to do now is you're going to take your paper that you have. I'm going to set this aside. I have too much cardboard. And you can never have too much cardboard, but too much cardboard on the table, that is. Okay, and then I'm going to set that aside. Next step is I cut some small ones already, so it wouldn't take me so long to cut on the program here. Hold on just a moment. Okay, dog bathroom break complete. Okay, now grab your paper and we're gonna start doing our trees. So our trees, you could do them however you want. I do little pointy ones, little triangles, because I think they're super cute. So we're gonna do triangles first, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your whatever color you want, right? Okay, I'm gonna grab 2 different colors because I want to outline and I want an inside color. So it's different colors. It gives it a little bit of oomph, you know? Okay, so the outside color I'm gonna do dark. So you're just gonna draw triangles, all right? Draw your triangles. You gotta also think about how tall the box is, how tall you want your trees to be, right? So this box is about, see how big? And then you gotta think about how long you're gonna make the trunk and how tall it's gonna actually go. Sometimes I make trees that don't even have tops to them and I connect it to the top of the cardboard on the ceiling of it. All right, so just draw a few of those. I don't know how many you want. Okay, just a few. I think I'm gonna do probably 3, right? And then now I'm gonna color the middle of them. If you wanted, you could add a little extra something. I usually, you can add like, you know, little things that make it look like tree-like. I'll show you what I mean by that. Okay, like that. There we go. So that's my trees. I already let him in. He's in. Okay, and then you're gonna cut those out. So cut out the triangles. There we go. Okay. I kind of like these better than the other ones I did. These are the other ones I did pre-show. Okay. Cut them out. And then once you got those cut out, we're going to move on to the trunks of the trees. Okay. And, oh, these are much cuter than the other ones. Okay, now once you have that, trunks, grab your cardboard. So, cardboard, which I'm going to use the thin cardboard that I used with the box a while ago, the one that I didn't wind up using for this. And you're going to cut a sliver, depending on how thick you want your trunk. Okay, so I always cut thin little slivers, right? Okay, and then you're going to do however many trees you made, that's how many of those little slivers you're going to cut, okay? So maybe I'll do one a little thicker, and maybe one a little shorter, so it's not as tall. And that can go in the back, you know, because it's far away. Okay. Use that imagination. All right, and then next you're going to add these little things, these little lines to your tree trunk. Okay, so just, if you want, you can outline your tree trunk. That's up to you. Tree trunk, that's a tongue tie. So I'm going to outline mine just a little. All right, and then continue on. Can you see that? Yeah, you can, okay. All right, and then that's what I have so far. And then you're going to do that to all your little tree trunks, right? Lines. There we go. Okay. All right, and then I'll just keep that because I have some already made. Okay, so now I have my trunks for my trees, and then you are going to hot glue those onto your tree trunk. And the way you want to do that is you want to make it to where it's kind of, you know, on it a little bit so it's real supporting. I mean, I guess it won't. It's cardboard. It should hold it pretty good, depending on what kind of paper you have. But you're going to hot glue that on however you want. You can have it crooked if you want a crooked tree, which that's really cute. I think I'm going to do a crooked tree. So hot glue. hot glue's not wanting to work today. All right, so I'm going to have this little tree just a little crooked. Makes it look extra whimsical. Okay, there's one. And then you're going to do that again. The other. Then we're going to hot glue those in to the box. Now, since this is the skinniest of the triangles, I gave it the skinniest trunk. Okay, and then I have a trunk here that I can use from another one. That. Okay. Now, I have a short one, some tall ones, a crooked one. Okay, and then the way you glue these in, you're going to bend your trunk like this, so it's like a little tab, and then you're going to hot glue that into the box wherever you want it, right? So figure out where you want it, and then you're going to hot glue it on. Lots of hot glue things with this one. And then after this, we're going to do the house. The house is the tricky part. Not really, it's about the same. It's not too bad. All right, and then glue onto the tab. Make sure you have your tab bent enough, because if you don't have it bent enough, your tree will do this. See how it's pushing forward? And then you have to go back and fix it, and it's not easy to fix it once it's glued on there. I've had to sometimes take my trees out and redo it. Okay. Oh yeah, that one looks good. Okay, and then I'm just going to glue this one in, and then I'll show you what I got so far. Then we're going to move on to the house. And also, actually no, we're going to do the flower first, because I forgot I had a flower in there, and I want to get that one done and out of the way. Then we'll move on to the house. Okay, so this is what I have so far. The 3 little trees in there. Okay, and then next is for the flower, which is right here. Can you see that? Okay, so to do the flower, you're going to take your paper. You're going to grab whatever color you want your flower to be. I did pink last time. Let's do red this time. Take your marker, and you're just going to make a line, right? Just like that on both sides. You want both sides colored. Okay. And then you're going to cut that out. Okay. Maybe a little thinner. Okay, and then what I like to do with this, once I get it cut out, I like to cut and make it look like it's kind of curved. Do you see that, how I curved it? It doesn't look like this one. Okay, and you're going to do that to both ends. Like that. Okay, and then once you have that, you're gonna roll it. Okay, so just roll it up. Like if you were just fiddling with paper, you know, just roll it really tight. In your finger. Okay, and then when it's done, it should kind of unroll a little bit, and it should look kind of like a little flower. All right, and then when you have that, you set that aside, and you're going to do the same thing for the stem. You're going to draw a color, whatever color you want your stem. However big you want it, I don't know. Since I have a little flower, I'm going to have to do a small, teeny tiny stem. This one's pretty tall. All right, and then you're going to put hot glue on this. And then you're going to shove it in the flower, kind of. You're going to try. If it doesn't work, it's okay. You could just kind of glue it right up. It should work, though. You see how I did that? How I kind of, you probably can't see too well. I shoved it up in the roll. There you go. Anyway, shove it up in the hole there, and once it dries, it kind of gives it this effect like it's a flower and it sticks up a little bit. All right, and then that's how you do that. There's your flower. You can add a little leaf if you want. Not super easy, but if you have the patience, you can do it. Just cut out, and you gotta color the paper if you want it that way, and then cut out a little strip with a point on it, like a little blade of grass kind of, and then bend it like a little tab. See that little tab? And then glue it onto the stem wherever you want. So that's how I did. Oh, it's falling. Hold on. Come on, stick on there. There we go. All right, that's super cute. Hopefully it stays. Okay, and then you can bend it up or whatever. This is what I got. Okay, and then once you have that, you're going to bend the bottom just like you did the trees, and you're going to hot glue it into the box, right? Figure out where you want it, and you're going to hot glue it in. And I'm just going to put mine up here in the front because it's tiny and I want it to show. That's how that one looks. Okay, and then the next step is the house. This is the fun part. Tricky but fun. Okay, so you're going to figure out now, actually with the houses, my little thin cardboard's a lot better for them. If you don't have thin cardboard, that's fine. Use the thick. It's okay, but the thin bends a lot easier. That's why I like it. So I'm glad I had that anyway because I can use it. All right, so you're going to make a strip of cardboard. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and cut the door first, okay? So and then I can work around everything else. So I'm just going to cut the door however I want it, but I'm not going to cut it off. I like to leave a door there. Does that make sense? So I'll show you what I mean by that. So this is how I cut my door. I'm going to zoom up on you a little. Can't see what I'm doing. It's hard to show you. Okay, so I cut the door, okay? Can you see that, how I cut that? I cut around here and then over on this side. You could do it square, round, whatever you want to do. A little more. Okay. All right. And then you can fold it, you know, it's a little door. Okay, now that I have that, you're going to figure out what shape you want your house, and then you're going to fold or make your house round, which I love making little round houses, so I'm going to do a round house. So I want to make it small because, you know, you want it small, it's cute small. Okay, and then roll it around, and then you're going to figure out where that is, and then you're going to cut that off. So now it looks like this. If you let it go, it's going to come apart, but that's okay because we're going to hot glue it to itself, right? So hot glue. Don't burn yourself. Roll it over. Make sure the bottom is flat. It's a good thing I have this wax paper because I could just set it on there and push it down to make sure it's flat. And if the glue gets on the wax paper, it's okay. Here we go. That looks like it's sitting up pretty good now, right? All right, we should have probably colored it beforehand, but that's okay. All right, next step is the roof. So the roof you could do however you want, make whatever kind of roof you want, but I'm going to do a little circle roof. So I'm going to cut a circle. These are the easiest little houses to make, I think. And then you're going to cut a slit from the edge to the middle of the circle, okay? So like that. And then you're just gonna fold it like that. And then look what happens. Then it looks like this little cone of a roof, which is super cute. And then you just hot glue that on. Hot glue that to get to itself. So put some hot glue right there and bring it over. Made like a little cone type thing. Right. Hot glue on my fingers. Okay, and then you're gonna glue your roof on to your house. So that's the next step, gluing the roof to the house. So just put some glue around the edge of the house. Don't worry if it kind of seeps over because that little roof is gonna hide that. And you want to put your little part where you glued it together in the back. That way you won't be able to see it because it'll be hidden in the back part of the box once the roof is on, right? Be able to see it. This is cute. Now you can push down the roof a little bit if you want. Bend the cardboard the way you want it once it's on there. Okay, so this is what I got so far. And then you want to color it. So color it whatever color you want. Figure that out. I like to make it, I like to do my house as two-toned usually. But I don't know if this is going to work too well. But let's try it. I'm going to give it some stripes. Don't forget you want to put like windows in it. You might want to draw the window first before drawing over the whole thing. So draw a window. I like to do circular windows because those are cute. If you want to do any shingles, you can do shingles now. I like to do these little scallop looking shingles. Kind of looks like flowers. So I like to do those. Those are really cute. Kind of also looks like fish scales. And then once you color them, they're adorable. Just work your way around. I imagine little whimsical creatures living in these. All right. I always say how fun it would be to go into one of my paintings. Okay. Now, that's what I got for that. So that's my little roof. And then I'm going to continue to color my house. So I'm just going to color one whole part of the house blue. And then I'm going to switch colors on the other side. I'm going to do it half and half. The other side's going to be orange. Blue and orange complement each other. All right. Color it up. All right, and then once I have it colored, we'll move on to the next step, which is to hot glue it in. And I always like to give my doors a different color. I usually like to color my little doors red. So my little door is going to be red. That's what I got so far. If I can find the red, oh, here it is. So a little red door. Okay, there's that. That's cute. All right, and now hot glue it in. Figure out where you want it. I'm going to put mine about right there in the house, and I'm going to hot glue it in. So put some hot glue on the edge of your little house. And stick it in there. However you want it to sit. There's mine now so far. next step is, what was my next step? Next step is if you want to draw something in the back of it, you should do that now. So I'm going to draw like a couple of little clouds on there because I forgot to draw the clouds earlier. So I'm just going to use blue and I'm going to draw some blue clouds in there. You can color them when you have more time. You can color your clouds with some white crayon, would look really good in the background. And, oh, the top. We got to do the top. So next is the top part. And you can add more trees if you want. I actually have one more, so I think I'm going to add one more tree since I have it already made. Why not, right? So I'm going to add another tree to it. I normally would put a ton of trees in them. Okay. Glue on this. And then glue him in. Here in the back. Give me an extra tree in the back, and then I'll show you what it looks like. This is the tricky part, trying to get your hands in there once you have everything already glued in. And trying to get everything to work like they're supposed to. It takes some practice. All right, so now I have another tree in the back. Back there, see it back there all the way to the back. Okay, and then the top part. So measure again. You can measure with the bottom if you want because they're both the same distance apart. And okay, cut that off. All right, and then cut that out. And then don't forget, once we get this on, we got to draw the wood grains on the top of it, right? Right, and then you're going to put hot glue on this. This is how I like to do it. Just hot glue all along here. I need another glue stick. I just noticed my glue is out. Another glue stick. Oops, come on. Okay. Hot glue on the box. Okay. Easy does it. Sometimes it comes out too much. Okay, and then stick it on the box that you just cut out for the top of it. Try to push it down. Hot glue is so messy. Okay, now if you wanted, you could hang stuff from the top of it to make it look like maybe there's a sun that's in there that's hanging down. That would be really cute. If you wanted to do that, add some stars. You could color the back instead of clouds. You could color it with black and make little, leave little white dots for stars in it. Okay, and then don't forget, let's do this part. So take your marker again, and I'm going to connect this to this up here. So I'm just going to move it, and then you got to kind of look on the other side to see where it connects. See? And then just work with it here. There. There. And okay, so that's about as good as I could get the connection. And then add your little lines on the top. Get the sides because I didn't get those a while ago. This one's cute. This turned out cute. I hope you all had fun with this project. I know I had fun making it. All right. And that's what we made today. We did these little cardboard houses, little dioramas, and I hope you all had fun. If you want any information on City Museum, you can go to citymuseum.org. We post all our information there. And you can also follow our Facebook page at City Museum St. Louis. If you're watching this, you probably already follow. Thank you. And until tomorrow, I'll see you then, 11 o'clock. Bye.